What's up, guys? This is Captain Jolt, and I'm going to be doing patch notes here. This is going to be a lower elo oriented patch notes, so if you kind of have been watching these other patch noters and you just don't understand how it's going to fall for your elo, and I'm speaking bronze to gold, then I'm here to help explain kind of the impacts that it'll have for you. So, let me start. This is the patch notes before Worlds. This is not going to affect low elo as much. Like, in terms of how these buffs and nerfs to different champions is going to impact us, it's just really not going to, because it is more of a patch notes for Worlds, because they're preparing for their big scene. So, let's get into it. So, Azir. This is a champion that doesn't see very much play in low elo, and when it is, it's usually by a smurf or by somebody that mains him and is very extensive in his kit, knows him very well. So, what they're doing here is they're nerfing, or they're buffing his ult's base damage, 150. They're putting up 25 in his second, and then for his last, at level 3, it's going to be up 150 more. This buff is not going to be enough to see him in lower elo. Bronze, definitely not. I mean, if you see him in bronze, it's somebody trying him out, or it's somebody who read the patch notes and they got that nostalgic feeling, or they saw that he was up there and think that he's going to be great now. What he's lacking is his early game, is because he doesn't have a strong early game. Uh, Two item champions are kind of weak right now. The meta is played around a very high intensive, uh, like high intensive ganking, high intensive and strong laning. Scaling is good only on very specific champions, and on Azir, there's an issue with him being either way too OP or just way too weak in the current metas, and currently that's kind of where he falls. So this isn't going to affect anybody at all. You might see him like a few times more just because he was in the patch notes, and that's what's common in low elo, is that somebody gets a buff, all of a sudden you see him played. It's not going to make him any better, and if you see an Azir, well, you can probably crush him with whoever you're playing. Cassiopeia. Twin Fang is high base damage, allowing Cassiopeia to dip into defensive itemization while pumping out glass cannon level damage. Okay, so she got a pretty decent nerf for low elo. The base damage versus poison targets is decreased now by 5, and then 10 at second, 15 at third level, 4th, 20. Okay, so these are actually really good for low. Bonus ratio versus poison targets. Okay, so what they did here is they put down her early damage hardcore because people are building Abyssal Mask. Abyssal Mask is giving her a really high damage build that also is giving her tank early. People are using this to counter Syndra really hardcore. Like, she's just so oppressive in the mid lane right now, and if you're good with her, and as a Cassiopeia main, these nerfs are definitely necessary. She just feels so powerful. She feels super overpowered currently in the meta, especially in low elo. Like, I literally can just run people down. When I smurf in bronze, I silver, and even gold still, I land Q, and they don't know how to deal with the constant harass of just chasing them down with E. And like Annie, if you last hit farm with E, you get your mana back. So it just feels, when you learn to control that mana, it just feels so oppressive on mid laners, and especially when they don't know how to deal with something like this, or the jungler doesn't realize how powerful she is and doesn't come and help his lane. In low elo, this destroys if you just main Cassiopeia. So what this does, she's still going to keep her damage. She's still a kiting, beastly high damage champion. What this did is it pushed it into more of a 2 to 3 items is where she's going to shine more. And if you heard me before, if you were listening, I said that 2 item champions with that spike are kind of out of meta. This is the one example where it's not really true. For Cassiopeia, her kit is so powerful. Q gives a speed buff, W can root your target, and then her ultimate is so powerful that she will excel in low elo if known how to play. Like if you really know this champ, it'll just get you out. I got to silver 1 and then gold playing this champ, and I barely even knew her. That was when I first started her. Like it was just easy. All right, Elise. This I can tell you right away is not probably going to affect anything in low elo because in low elo Elise is not seen very much. She takes her jungle pathing and what her pressure comes from is not understood at a low elo level. So I haven't even read it yet, but I guarantee that you will only see them a little bit more. She's a complicated champion that a lot of players don't really understand. And in NA right now, I've been watching a lot of Japan, EU, and OGN, Chinese and Korean teams, and they're playing her a little bit, but not, especially not in EU. And so I don't even see this in NA. Elisa's premier magic damage jungler at the moment, especially in pro play. Okay, yeah, so that's funny to me because even in the pro play level, I don't see it a lot. I don't know if I just missed a few games or something, but it's only in the pro play that I ever see it. And where I am currently in the meta or in the rankings, I don't see Elise ever. She's still fun to play, but I think that with less comprehensive understanding of the game, that low elo players will stick to tanks like Maokai, Jack, Sejuani. That makes sense instead of playing Elise, because what people were doing were building Elise damage, and then they would go full tank with her, and that's a really viable build on her. So let's see what this does. Volatile Spiraling base damage is being nerfed. Okay, so ratio. Okay, so they upped her AP ratio, but the base damage got decreased. E-repel cooldown. So they nerfed this as well to 1 second, then 2, 3, and then 4. What does this say to me? Okay, yeah, so... Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, they're doing away with the tank build that I was saying. It's not so significant that I don't think it'd be viable, especially in low elo, because in low elo you can just build tank, I feel like, on anything and win, and smash your head against your keyboard. And it helps whenever you make mistakes in the jungle or whatnot, building tank definitely helps that compromise. But what they're doing here is definitely on a higher tier level. They're trying to push her more to her assassin AP build. I think you could probably just go, because what they're doing is the 1 item and then tank, or 2 even. I think you could still do 2 or 3 items into tank, but that definitely significantly destroys her early game if you were to do that. And if you were to go full AP, I mean, she's still a glass cannon, so in low elo, this isn't going to do anything. I doubt we'll see her played unless by a smurf, and if somebody's really good with her, they're not going to stop playing her anyways. The repel nerfs are inconvenient. They're not going to... I rarely see repel go off twice in a team fight, so I don't see this actually affecting her in any way other than jungle convenience and routing. Actually, this could hurt her farming, I think. 26 seconds. I mean, that's a long time. 26 before 18 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that hurting her at all. Oh, Fiora. Here we go. Passive movement speed increase. Ultimate now grants passive movement speed in this area. Okay. In low elo, Fiora is one of the most oppressive champions. In high elo, people just build Bramble Vest against her, and they're countering really hard, and she's in a rough spot right now. Yeah, they're buffing her. So passive duelist dance, bonus movement speed ratios are increased by 5. Grand challenge new re-added. Fiora once gains grand duelist movement speed bonus while in grand challenge is circle. Okay. Isn't this just okay? So what? I'm pretty sure that this was they just gave her back her nerfs. She was nerfed last time. I'm pretty sure this is what her nerfs was. It looks like they just kind of gave it back. So what does this say in low elo? Bronze to gold. This is going to be oppressive. You're going to see her all the time. I already see her dominate the top lane because top laners don't know how to counter her. And she's an amazing tank buster. Her, Gnar, and Trundle. Not in low elo, you never see Trundle. But her and Gnar are massive tank busters. And the reason being is that in low elo, if you have any sort of understanding of her kit, you can usually dominate a bronze to silver player. Gold not so much, but you still can because they don't know how to wait out her riposte. They do not know her damage. They don't know when they should be turning their side away from their vulnerable zone. So Fioras usually get a lot of free procs, a lot of free poke. Um, they read the CC that's coming like a book, and they're pretty good at avoiding ganks. Now in low elo, like even if they place a ward, they're brain dead. Like the jungler's on top of them by the time they even notice that they're getting ganked. And Fiora's a little bit better on that, but now with these buffs, she'll definitely be able to get away easier. Like with things like being able to just proc your mark, get your bonus movement speed out, repost whatever CC's coming in, and then even using your ultimate to help get you out. This is going to be huge for low elo. You're going to see Fiora a lot more. She's going to seem way more OP. People are going to be complaining if they don't understand how to build against her and how to play against her. Right now, she really isn't that strong because of Bramble Vest. That's all you have to get. You just buy Bramble Vest. Your jungler can come fucking gank the shit out of her, and then she's pretty fucked. Like in the top lane, she can't steamroll like she normally does. But in bronze, silver, and gold, she is able to steamroll a lot easier because people just don't know how to play against her. So you're going to see that a lot in bronze, and I think these buffs are going to be really healthy for her. As for high elo, probably not so much. They're still just going to build Bramble Vest and counter her, but alright, let's see this. Mini Gnar base health decrease. Gnar's back on top of the top lane again. We're glad he's pushing tanks when they. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was just saying. He's another tank killer. They're reducing his mini form base health. This is just gonna be more punishing, and the low elo is gonna feel this hard because where players don't know how to balance your lane out, or you're taking trades unnecessarily, or minion aggro. That's a huge one. Like, what's hilarious, actually, with this nerf is this is going to destroy low elo nerf players because usually you just gun them down. You literally run at the person, you rush your Frozen Mallet, or you get Iceborne Gauntlet, and you literally you're gunning your top laner down, and it's like a brain dead auto running down. But early game, this is gonna punish him so hard, and not just early at all times, but more in the early game for low elo, is they don't understand that when you take minion aggro, the minions really smash you. Like, minions do a lot of damage, and you gotta learn not to auto attack your opponent. So Gnars that just know to use Q and then auto when he's running into your minions and to control your wave that way. And only all in and mega and things like that when they have a smaller minion wave. That's or when you know it's not like 4 minutes where their jungler's probably top. These are things that will destroy these low elo Gnar players. So you'll probably see less of him because his base health is so low. So like imagine Fiora against Gnar, which hopefully isn't a matchup, but she would just crush him. Olaf's can have a better time with him. There's just for low elo, this is going to be very powerful. I see in high elo that this is okay. This is definitely going to help out. It's not going to change him from being in the top lane, but it's something. Okay, Gragas. Oh, they're touching my boy. Gragas is very consistent, safe jungler who does everything well. That is true. We want to remove some consistency. So, I'm actually a mid Gragas player. I don't like jungle Gragas as much. I do love it, especially back in season 4. That was like my favorite, 4 and 5. But right now, especially up higher in pro play and in high elo, Gragas is one of the highest picked for a reason. He is very powerful. He's tanky. He can deal damage. His CC is great. His ultimate is a great initiator and disengage. So let's see what they did. They took his base stats on his armor. Alright, so that's kind of annoying, but his passive, that's alright. For jungling, it's kind of, this is really good actually. And body slam his collision radius. They're taking the collision radius down, the hitbox offset, and they're changing the indicator for ease of access. So, what does that say? For me, as a mid player, that just means I have to be more precise with my body slams. I mean, there are definitely I definitely get body slams off that are just OP. Like it's just unfair that they're standing behind me and I body slam and it hits him and then everything in this massive circle around me. So I understand this nerf. I don't like it though because obviously I love playing Gragas, and also it kind of is it's kind of him. You know, he's picked heavily for body slam and all, and WQ in mid lane is definitely his bread and butter with E, but in the jungle, his bread and butter is E. It's kind of what his personality is. It's who he is. So that's gonna hurt quite a bit. In low elo, this doesn't really. I don't see Gragas enough to think that it will matter. I think it will definitely hurt their camps because low elo they don't understand how to prioritize camps. They're not reading the enemy jungler's CS. They're not understanding certain aspects. So it will hurt Gragas that get invaded a lot if you don't understand how to play around that. If you're terrible at clears, it's going to destroy you. Probably not playing him top now. And mid lane, it's just annoying because his body slam and his armor, so going against AD, but it should be fine. In low elo, I see Gragas. He's still going to be played, hopefully. He's a good champion. These nerfs aren't going to just all of a sudden make him shit. But again, due to low elo players reading this, thinking, oh, it's a nerf, I can't play him anymore, maybe he will drop off more, which is good because I like to play him mid. So, Ivern. Oh, okay. Trigger Seed has seen several nerfs this season, but the last set of changes come along with a weakening of the support items, which contributed to Ivern's dominance. So, Trigger Seed, they buffed it. They buffed it pretty good. Oh, they buffed it really good, actually. So, holy shit, 10 by every... Okay, so the base explosion damage went up 10 every level, and the explosion ratio went up 0.10. So what does this say? This is huge, actually. In the meta that is focused around, what's that stupid support item? Ardent Sensor, Redemption. You'll get, so typical Ivern build gives you 40% cooldown, and then you can get whatever boots you want. Usually they get boots of mobility. But with this current meta and the shields meta being like a huge thing, especially for supports, Ivern, this is huge. Like, in low elo, this is amazing. You could probably butt fuck an entire team. You can probably 1v5 Ivern and just carry your team on your back with your shields and stuff with this. I think this could be huge for low elo. Like huge. Like, he was already good, and he only kind of, like, fell out because of the meta changes. He was never bad, though. He was, like, a forgotten champion. Ivern was never bad. You can play him all the time in low elo. He's just a good all-around champion. And then with this change, like, I literally see Ardent Sensor, Redemption, Locket, Iverns. Like, it's just, he's going to be so oppressive. And you can even buy Sightstone and shit with him. He's just going to be a pain now. Hopefully we see more Ivern. Like, when he's on your team, it feels so good. Daisy and E are two of the best abilities ever. Daisy tanking. I know she's finicky, but with her tanking and knocking up targets, just being a pest, it's great. And then the E shield is, one, it's horrendous. It's huge. And then it's going to be even bigger now. Oh no, the shield is going to be untouched, but the damage is going to be stupid. Like, I just foresee him coming in hot here. Hold on, I just noticed something. That's weird. Okay. Oh, okay, Jarvan. Alright, I was about to say, if they don't address at least some of the other tanks, like, Ivern got a buff, Gragas got a nerf. Buff and nerf. Okay, never mind. I was nervous that they were getting rid of the tank busters too hard, and that tanks were going to excel, but I changed my mind. This is good, and I see Ivern got a buff that he kind of didn't really need, but is great for him. I mean, that's a fantastic buff. And Jarl, this is a good. I hope it's a nerf, right? Okay, yeah. So at present, the Prince of Demacia is dunking backlines and tanking everything the enemy team throws at him in the process. This is true, but not so much in low elo. So what this is referring to, and they're nerfing his W shield. The reason being is that Jarvan players, especially up in high elo, are building that. the health tank item. The Okay, sorry, I had to look it up. I forgot the name. Gargoyle Stone Plate. So Gargoyle Stone Plate, as you know, when you proc it, it gives you more health. So Jarvan's W scales off of health, and much like Cho's ultimate will scale off of, is scales off of health as well, and does more damage. So what people are doing is they're building this item, they're proccing it using W on as many enemies as they can, and it's giving them an atrocious shield. This shield's insane, and when you're dunking the backline, when you're simply flag and dragging, EQing over into their backline, and then alting on top of their carries, when you activate your shield, it's almost a guaranteed on like 2, 3, 4 people on their team because they're going to peel back for you. So when you activate Gargoyle Stoneplate and then use your W, now you've got a ridiculous shield that was like Nautilus's old W before it was nerfed. Like just the stupid shield you can't beat down before you're just getting obliterated. So these nerfs are super good for him. It won't change him in low elo because people just don't really understand itemization as much. But this is amazing. Like this is gonna help high elo a lot. Wait, let's see how much it is actually before I say anything. Okay, the base shield is alright. Bonus shield per champion. Okay, this is pretty significant actually. This will turn him. I don't see, like again, I say in low elo, I really never almost see it. And when I would do it myself, I noticed that they didn't know how to respond because there's like this guy who does damage but just tanking up everything. For people that do know him, this is a significant nerf, and this is pretty good. I like this. I think this will balance him out and put him where he kind of needs to be, where he's a bruiser in the jungle, and he can definitely still be played top lane. That's fine. This won't affect him top at all if you like playing him top. So he'll be fine there. That's untouched. But in the jungle, when he goes in for this is all mostly late game. Like towards the late game, it's gonna really affect him in these team fights. So I'm gonna say that he gets decreased in play by about 20% in low elo. Like you're gonna see him still. He's gonna be a normal pick. But for the most part, people just probably won't understand what made him so strong, and if they did, they're gonna understand that he's only good, not as good in certain matchups. Yeah, I like this. This is great. Ooh, Kalista. Okay, so Kalista's a good one. Not for low elo. I've seen her played more in pro play and in I think she's gonna be way more in the LCS. Hopefully she'll show up at Worlds, and I think she will. Um, Low elo, you don't see this champion. Why? Because she is mechanically extensive, mechanically complicated. She's really good for kiting. Her damage is really good. If you know how to use her E to last hit with it, then you always have rend up, and that is utilized in trades. She's just so macro heavy that in low elo you will not see her. And looking at it, I can see that she's getting a nerf. So this just won't affect low elo at all. Period. I promise you. If people play her, they're gonna play her. If they don't play her, they're not gonna play her after this. R is so important on that cooldown for high elo because you can pull your support out of sticky situations. He can take more risks for pro play. This is going to be significant because they're going to have to play around the ultimate more with their support. They can't take high risks like Alistar. You give it on Alistar, you give it to a Braum flash ults in, or and then he can be pulled back to cover your back line or peel off somebody that comes in hot like a Zed, which Zed's trash right now. And you don't see this in low elo. Nothing changed for low elo. I promise. Bronze, not played. Silver, not played. Gold, maybe played. It just doesn't matter. This doesn't affect low elo at all. Lee Sin, W shield increase at early ranks, decrease at rank 5. With no hard crowd control in the early game, we want to make sure Lee Sin brings his best 2v2. Okay, I really like this. Are they buffing his shield? They are. I really like this, actually. So, he has the problem that he's not specifically tanky, he's not specifically doing damage, he's kind of like a bruiser hybrid, and in low elo, you just gank with him. It's very extensive that you gank. Safeguard buffing is huge. This is really nice. This is going to make his ganks feel so much better. like with players in low elo that don't know how to insect kick, that don't know how to do the flash kick, they don't know how to do all these neat plays or positioning with Lee Sin. This is going to feel really good for them to help them through that early game and hopefully get them in the late game. What you see in low elo is that games drag out so long that Lee Sin usually becomes pretty trash. So hopefully this will, and due to poor itemization and everything, of course, too. But this will definitely help low elo players feel like they're getting more out of him. But I don't think it's going to change too much. I think there's going to be the effect that they see it in the patch notes, they see it in reviews. They're going to play him more, and I think they should. Like, I think it should be definitely given a shot. I'm going to try it out myself now because I think this is a really good buff for him that hopefully will help. I don't think it will help him completely. This doesn't fix what's needed for him in this current meta, but it definitely is a nice band-aid. This will definitely help a lot. And in low elo, this may be a big difference maker. I'll have to see it for myself. So Lucian. Lucian's risen to prominence as the go-to mid lane bully. Yeah, I agree. That's annoying. As a ADC in the mid lane, he is so powerful. He is awful in the bot lane, which makes it even more annoying that it pushes him more towards this mid lane. So let's see how they deal with this. E, Relentless Pursuit. Alright, so they nerfed his E cooldowns. This is really good, actually. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, what does this do for him? You're still going to see him mid, but he's not going to be as oppressive. The E cooldown is what makes him so powerful that you can E, double tap, Q, double tap, W, double tap, Q, E again, and then you're just, he's so sticky, and his cooldowns are so strong, and E is what makes his kit. Getting that movement on you, being able to move up on you, and being able to move away, it just makes him so powerful and so aggravating. So this is really good for mid lane. What does this say for him bot lane, though? He's a horrible ADC right now, and this only hurts him even more. In bot lane, he's just not going to be seen anymore. Mid, he'll still be seen. He's not going to be seen dumpstering as hard, but it's better. I'd rather not see him at all. I'd rather see him back in the bot lane where I think he belongs, and he's really fun down there. I think for him to go bot lane again, especially in low elo, they would need to increase maybe his W movement speed on marked targets, and for kiting, that would be too OP in the pro level though. And then he needs a little bit of a buff to his Q, I think, and maybe something a little bit to help his mana, but very slight. Like any one of those buffs could skyrocket Lucian into like the most picked ADC. He's so dangerous to touch, but I think that'd be the way to do it. A little bit of a Q buff, and a slight mana buff. Maybe not even touch his W, actually, because that would make him so powerful. And then keep the E cooldowns. I think that'd be fine. And then you would see him go back bottom. And then maybe even nerf some of his armor or magic resist for bot lane, or for mid. And he would be powerful bot lane. Nautilus. Q mana no longer increased with rank up. Okay. Nautilus is a very close to home champion for me. I love this champion. When they nerfed his W, it crippled him because of his shields. And then his mana costs and everything just made him useless in the top lane and useless as a support. Where I used to play him as support. This is huge. This is fantastic. The fact that his Q, he's not going to be burning through mana. Early, he's still going to, which is fine because it's early game. But this just means that he's going to be so much more powerful. He's just going to have so much more tools available throughout the fight. What's this? Hook City. Hitting train refunds half of Dredgeline's mana cost? What does this say to me? Well, okay, so getting back to lane is going to be nice, whether it's top or support. Top, okay. They're definitely aiming to help his top laning. So in the meta of teleport, if your teleport cooldown's down, that is crippling on you. But if you can Dredgeline back in the lane and help you get there, that definitely helps because he's got such a slow movement speed, base movement speed. This is actually great. I think this, you won't see him as much. Okay, so I gotta think low elo. Low elo, you may see him as support again. I think that the mana costs are definitely going to help, and I think he's a great initiator. I think he's a great tank. I think a lot of supports do it better, like Rakan, and until Rakan nerfs come, you know, he's going to be a dominant support. But I think he could be viable again. I think this would be good. And top, there's just nothing top to tell me that he would be viable. Getting back to lane quickly and all is great, and having more mana is fantastic, especially from team fights. But he's going to be primarily a tank, and there are people that do it better, and he just has powerful counters right now. It's just, I don't see him being played top, but I do want to try him support. I think that'd be great. Nidalee, alright. E-heal ratio increased. Nidalee's been out of the spotlight for a while, and even when teams would benefit from magic damage jungler, they often overlook her entirely. I can agree. I've been trying Nidalee jungle a lot lately. It's powerful, but it is not... There's something lacking, and I'm not sure what that department is. She's squishy, but she does a shitload of damage, so like, what do? If you buff or nerf one of those two things, it could skyrocket her either into played all the time or never played. And right now, she's just kind of never played. Low elo, not a problem. She's just, she's too complicated for bronze to silver players, and then gold players that actually know her extensively aren't okay with her kit and just know that there's better things in the jungle like Gragas. With the Gragas nerfs and these buffs, you might actually see her more. Especially when you need an AP. Because you don't usually take Gragas. You don't usually take Runic Echoes and Gragas jungle. So let's see. Primal Surge. That's her heal, right? Yeah. So they increase the amount of her heal. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so when you're clearing, you find yourself kind of low. I mean, she's really good at clearing, and early, this is going to help out a lot more with early. And then throughout the game, I think this is going to be I think this is going to be big enough that it actually benefits her throughout the entire game. This heal, though, I mean, her okay, yeah, like I was saying, her damage is there. She's not very tanky. I think this was the answer, actually. This is... I like this, actually. This is good. I'm going to try this out. I think you could even build Ardent Sensor on her. Now, that is a stupid build. That is some bronze shit. But I think that would make her very powerful in low elo, actually. I'm actually excited to try this out. I think these are really good for her. What does it say for low elo? I think that you're not going to see her still. She's just too complex. She's just too complex for low elo to understand. Her clears are complicated. I had a lot of trouble with it still, and it's just, I guess we'll see. I don't think we'll see her much, though. Maybe occasionally, but not so much. Okay, fucking Ornn. Ornn is one of the worst if not the worst. This guy is worse than Aatrox. His win percentage is worse. He's got like 35 across the board on all elos, across the world. It's just, he's horrible. There's a lot that needs to be done with him. He feels wonky. He doesn't feel good at all. I haven't played a lot of him, but what I know of him is just that he's just, you build straight tank and try to CC, you feel clunky and useless when your team can't work around you, and in low elo, it actually works, which is aggravating, but in high low, it can't. He sucks ass. Alright, so Passive Living Forge. Ornn's Masterwork upgrades are now locked until he reaches level 13. What does that say to me? That is actually so much better. This is a huge low elo buff. Alright. Low elo players do not realize that his upgrades are trash. Don't buy them. I banned this champion so people don't play him and then buy his fucking items. They're horrible, I'm telling you. They're like a late game thing, and they're just a slight buff for what you get for the amount of gold you put in is not fucking worth it. So if you're playing this champion or you're with him, don't fucking buy those items. Like, they're trash. So this is good. This builds more confidence in me that some idiot isn't going to be rushing his stupid masterwork upgrade at low level. Like, he's rushing this fucking Zhonya's Paradox, which I guarantee is going to be garbage. Let's see this. Zhonya's Hourglass can now be forged into Zhonya's Paradox. Total cost. Too expensive to fucking matter. Ability power, not enough to fucking be worth 1,000 gold. Armor, insignificant. This is what I'm talking about. This is fucking stupid. You're not going to spend 1,000 gold on 30 more ability power and 15 armor. Like, if there's an item in the shop that sat there and you get 30 ability power and 15 armor, are you going to spend 1,000 gold on that item? Like, think about this. No, you're not. That it's ass. That's just absolutely fucking trash. All right, so this is it's fucking stupid. Actually, this isn't gonna help him at all. Call of the Forge God, maximum RAM travel speed towards Ornn. Okay, so now he's even more fucking useless. The issue with wait, is it faster? Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, greater than. I misunderstood. Okay, so it's gonna travel towards him faster. That's good. I was about to say if this is nerfing him, he's an unplayable champion at this point. They might as well delete him. Like, good job, you wasted all your time. But it's going to travel faster. The reason this is good is because you CC yourself when you use the ram. If you use the ram in an awful position, you basically have to walk towards the ram or stand there and wait for the ram to get to you before you can headbutt it for its more effective area, for its more effective tool. So it running faster at him, you'll be standing in one spot less, and if you manage it properly, let's say you put it directly behind you and then you hit it in front of you, or you put it to run at you for a direction that you're moving, or you're going to be moving into it, this is going to help him a lot. Uh, I seriously thought it was slowing down. If this is slowing down, I don't think it is. Yeah, this is a speed up. But if it was slowing down, he'd be unplayable. This is not enough to make him playable. This is a fucking bronze convenience. This is bronze bait, and this is actually decent. Like, Ornn's horrible. I'm sorry. He's just so garbage. Let's see. So they give him a little health regen. Um, put his attack speed up a little bit. Let's see. Volcanic rupture. His pillar is up faster, which is good. His pillar is fucking garbage. Walden, volcanic rupture, displaced champions who are staying on top of it when it's spawn. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. It's hard. You'll never hit that, but it's good. Wall to wall. Volcanic pillar now attempts to spawn outside of a wall. That's also good. This is okay. This is helping. His Q feels awful, and this will help him a shitload. If you can displace champions and like throw them back to your team like Trundle Pillar or something. If this is like Trundle Pillar, this is massive, and especially because its spawn time is less. Granted, you can't activate it early, so you gotta hit it at the max range, which probably won't happen, but it's good. And then this is huge. I've seen that pillar just do whatever the fuck it wants when players try to use it to block and escape, and it's ass. Sometimes it just pops out the other side, sometimes it pops away from the wall, sometimes it just pops in a weird location on the wall. So, depending on the way that it positions itself, this could be absolutely massive. Bellows Breath. Bellows Breath now flares out slightly at the end. Length is longer, and the self-slow is less. This is also really good. This is the only reason that this champion's decent. Wow, okay, that's really good. That's really good. So it's going to be easier to put your brittle passive on it, and if you don't know what that is, brittle extends CC durations. So this is huge. Searing Charge, excuse me, no longer knocks back opponents he charges through. Removed. Okay, so it's going to knock back opponents that he travels through. And they buffed his cooldown. This is not enough to make him good. This is a huge start, and this is really good. What does this mean for low elo? Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but you're going to see him more and more. These buffs are actually massive for low elo because people play him anyways. So if they learn how to use him right, I mean, he's just a CC tank. People don't know how to deal with that in low elo. If you're playing him top, pick Fiora. He'll build Bramble Vest, but you'll counter his early game, and he's so trash anyways, you're probably just going to slaughter his team. You'll probably get some free kills. Play Fiora against him, call your jungler. Play Gnar against him, call your jungler. Play Trundle against him, call your jungler. Like, he's trash. You'll just delete him from the game. He'll just become a CC bot. But these buffs are huge, and fortunately for low elo, this will help him a lot. Rakan, please be nerfs. W dash speed decrease, late game, R radius decrease, cooldown decrease. Oh, thank God. Okay, Rakan is definitely one of the best supports right now, and in low elo it's still true because people have trouble dodging his grand entrance, and he's so oppressive with his ultimate, and his ultimate's so fast. The taunt, you get 5-man taunts for free almost. If you get 3-man knockup, you might as well call it over. People like to play Yasuo a lot in low elo, you get that 3-man knockup into a combo. There's He's so powerful, and he's so mobile that you can't lock him down to kill him. So what are these nerfs? His dash speed. They decreased it significantly. The initial speed to the spot is good, but then his movement speed after got nerfed significantly. So that's really good. That might help with killing him, but I doubt it because then he'll just E out. The quickness. Detection radius is nerfed by 50, which is great, and the cooldown is... Alright, so they buffed his cooldowns. That's aggravating. The quickness makes him a very powerful champion. He's also fast as fuck boy when he's doing it, and you can't catch that bitch ass. Plus you're all taunted anyways, or charmed, and you can't catch him. This isn't going to change much. Low elo, he's still going to be a god. He's still going to be seen in pro play. Yeah, low elo, you're going to see this champion. And if you get really good with him, you can carry yourself up into like high silver or low gold. Rengar, base armor increase. When Rengar was at his peak, he was able to constantly one-shot squishies. Now there are more viable tank support items that allow supports to mitigate burst, which is good. Speaking of that, they buff his armor. So they talked about, is this some kind of joke? They talked about how he used to be able to one-shot, but now due to support items, he can't, so they made him tankier. Which is good because of sustain, but did they want him to one-shot again? Because that won't change his one-shot potential. This doesn't change anything. This is going to be felt by top Rengar players. Top Rengar players are going to love him even more now. They're going to be very happy about this. This will help with the minion aggro. This is going to help with trades. So this does almost nothing for him in the jungle, other than his clears are a little better. Almost nothing for his dive-ins. That 3 base armor isn't going to save you. I'm sorry. With the current shields and tanks and CC, you're just going to jump in as Rengar and get butt-fucked in every team fight. Now, top may be a different story. If you play like this assassin-y split push kind of build and you dominate your opponent and you like to just roam the map and kill mid occasionally, go into the jungle and kill the jungle, steal his camps, this will definitely be good. Like, top Rengar players are going to love this shit. But jungle, you're not going to see him. You're just not going to see him. He's still trash. I don't like this change. I think it's stupid. Top Rengar players are actually jizzing themselves right now, but other than that, it's pretty stupid. Rise, been pretty weak place for a while. Yeah, Rise is a weird champion. 3 reworks, constant nerfs and buffs. They can't find a place for this champion where he's not over, like, this eccentric damage dealer, just insane, or he's just absolutely garbage. Let's see. Rune Prison ratio damage is increased. I don't think that changes much. It will help. It's decent. Low elo, I don't know if they understand his combos enough to use him still. But it's okay. This is alright. I know that there's people that still play him up in high elo that just love him still. He's okay. This will help a little bit. I don't think it changes anything really for low elo. It just is what it is. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it changing much. Alright, Tristana's power is coming online a tad too early. This champion is very oppressive. She is very, very powerful, and as a late game carry, she's just such a good pick right now. Now, I don't think she was in a horrible place, so I hope they're careful with how they nerf her here. Explosive charge, bomb ratio, bonus attack damage. Okay, so this is decent. That's alright. They didn't fuck her or anything here. That's not bad. 4-stack bomb ratio. They decreased it by nothing, then 12. Not 12. This is, that's a pretty big nerf late. I like this though. This is alright. I think she was in a good place, to be honest. And I can see that in higher, much higher elo, like high diamond master challenger, this could be a problem. But for low elo, this is fine. Um, I think she was just in a fine place. I don't think she was really that. Actually, this is good. I like this. She will, because there are certain games where she does feel insanely strong. It just depends on matchup. And this is a pretty decent nerf that yeah, this is pretty decent. This will just help make him feel more balanced. And I think she's a well-rounded champion right now. I'm glad they didn't touch anything else in her kit, because everything else felt fine. And Explosive Charge did feel like the thing that was a little strong, so nerfing this down I think was good, and I think she's almost in the perfect place right now, actually. Like, it's hard to say that for most champions, but I think Tristan is perfect right now. Rumble. A bit of subtle reinforcement when Rumble's about to enter Danger Zone. Alright, so so his bar just turns orange now. What does that mean? Low elo is great. They're gonna love it. It helps out. Whatever. That's cute. Whatever. Low elo, yeah, it helps a lot. So that's nice. Oh, please be a nerf. Enchant Cinderhulk. Similar to the cost change in 2.16. So they decrease the health by 25. That's good. That is the direction they need to be taking Cinderhulk. This shit's making tanks fucking annoying. I hate Cinderhulk. It's still pissing me off because I'm tired of playing tanks in the jungle and feeling like I have to. I like to play Kayn. I want to play Lee Sin. I want to play Elise. I want to play Nidalee. All these changes are moving towards that, and I like that. This change to Cinderhulk is a indirect nerf to, or a direct nerf to everyone. Well, I guess they call it an indirect to every tank. And tanks that just got a nerf, it's going to hurt a lot more. So this is great. This is fantastic. I love this. This is what they need to go towards. I think that's probably about the right amount. With Worlds starting up, this is the last of the Worlds patch notes. So they don't want to change too much to fuck up Worlds. So I see what they're doing with this, and I like that. I think this will help a lot. I think that now I can play Nidalee, Elise, Lee Sin. Kayn's still good, but with the Ezreal fucking jungle that's so oppressive right now, Kayn is becoming useless because Ezreal's such a nasty power pick against him. So we'll see. Spell Thief's Edge line. Okay, this is hopefully a buff because Spell Thief's Edge is falling off. Everyone's taking Coin. Everyone's taking Face of the Mountain. They're taking the Targon's Brace. They're so powerful, and Coin being so good on these mages right now, and then Targon's being taken on the people that counter those mages, like Braum, Alistar. So, let's see, where's it going? They are... After last thing, a minion tribute charge generation is paused. They nerfed that? I don't know why. It already is being outclassed by Coin, which is giving you a shitload of gold and mana. So I feel like they needed to buff the amount of money you get. Vice. Tribute charge generation is paused. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think any nerf to this item right now is silly. They should only be buffing. The cooldown reduction is good. Okay, so that will hopefully help these mages, Brand, Karma, Zyra, who have fallen a little bit to the wayside. They're still good, but they're definitely being outshadowed by Nami, Soraka, Rakans, things of that nature. Frost Queen's claim is now cheaper. No, it's not. It just builds out a blasting wand. Okay, this is really good. I like the... Okay. This is really good. So what they did is the Fiendish Codex used to give cooldown. They switched it with Frostfang, and now Frostfang has more AP into the build with Blasting Wand. They are 100% trying to move Coin to champions with heals, change Targon's Brace to tank supports, and then change Frost Queen's claim to strong lane bullies, AP lane bullies. So this is good. I don't know if it's enough. I won't be building it. I think AP supports right now fall off and then lose you the game, and I think this is bad. That's bad, but I think they're currently bad. I think this is good. I'd like to see more though. It's a good start. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll help balance it out. Ooh, Gargoyle Stone Plate. I was just commenting on this. So what do they nerf here? Um, 40% or 100% base health, 40 or 100% bonus health. And bonus health equal to 40%. Okay, so addition, not multiplication. It no longer scales with some more packed. New Q consume. Um, I don't think I really understand this. Let's see. I think it's a slight nerf, and bonus health equal to 40%. Wait a minute. Do you get health based on bonus health depending on what actives they're on? This could be a huge buff. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, it makes sense now. So, due to items giving you bonus health, it was scaling off of bonus health as well as your max health. What they did is basically just fix that. This won't be as powerful now. So, Jarvan got a huge hit this patch with his shield and Gargoyle Stone Plate going down like that. Actually, I take that back. He doesn't build things like that, so it'll be fine. It just kind of hits Cho a little bit. Knight's Vow. Support items at a lower price point other than tank items. Make them very gold efficient without making them appealing to other classes. Okay, so they want this to be built on supports. They made it cheaper to help the supports out. And then the health it gives you is less, so it is definitely more for support. People were getting it on top lane and jungle to help their... Jungle was getting it to help mid out, and sometimes rarely top. And then top lane was getting it to help mid out. So this is really good. This is not going to affect low elo at all. Period. I just don't see it in low elo. I only see it in a high elo. So it is what it is. And the rest is just kind of whatever. New skins coming out. Ooh, what the fuck? Eternum Cassiopeia. That's interesting. And Championship Ash. I like it. Well, alright. Well, that's about it. What do I think of this overall? I think this is good. I think it was minuscule. I think that they only removed a few grains of sand off the anthill. In the anthill being kind of this current annoyance in the meta, but I think it's fine. I think this is really good. I like these changes. I don't think there's a single one I don't like other than Gragas, but that's because I'm selfish. I mean, there's a few useless ones in here, as there usually always is, but there's like good ones like helping Ornn out, in low elo, Fiora, or Ivern, this is great. I'm excited for that. Fiora, that's huge, especially for low elo. She's going to dominate now. Elisa's, I don't know if it's enough. You won't see her in low elo. Cassiopeia's, I like that. Azir's isn't enough. But overall, I like this patch. It's pretty decent, but for a Before the Worlds patch, it's not going to destroy worlds in any significant manner, but it addresses things in solo queue, especially in low elo, that were a problem before, that won't hopefully be a problem as much, except for Fiora. Fiora is going to dominate still, and I'm sorry if you're low elo and you hate Fioras, but that's how it is. She's just going to crush you, and it's your fault. I mean, she's just not that great. Build Bramble Vest, and you'll be fine. Okay, I promise you, and play safe. Call your jungle up. You just stomp her. She'll be useless, and the speed buff shouldn't make a huge difference, but it will because it's low elo. So I think that's it. There's not really much more to cover. Rengar top, you're welcome, I guess. That's hilarious to me. But yeah, this is pretty good. This is kind of what I was looking for. There was a few champions that I was looking for some buffs, and a few champions I was looking for nerfs. For example, Ezreal. Ezreal jungle is so oppressive right now, but I'll take this. I'll take it. This isn't bad. So thanks guys for watching. I hope this really helped out. If it did, remember to like and subscribe. I'll put out more patch note ones now for low elo. This is like patch notes for dummies, I guess you could say. And I hope it really helps out with low elo. And next time I'll try to get more in depth on how to describe it better, but I guess we'll see. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.